Hi everybody, Lyle MacDougall, Certified Financial Planner here. This is my first video blog, going to be on the YouTube channel, Bakerview Financial Solutions. The topic that we're going to talk about today is, we're going to talk about carbon tax. And we're going to talk about how I don't think it's the best way for us to cut our carbon footprint. I don't think it's the best way for anybody to cut their carbon footprint. And I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why. In BC, we've had a carbon tax for roughly 10, 12 years. It was rolled in, it was gradually rolled in. We just had another increase in April 1st. Gas prices went up. I think it was a 1.2 cent per liter carbon tax that was added in April, not the 25 cent increase that we've seen in the Vancouver area. And we're paying up to $1.78 a liter for regular unleaded gas, which is quite punitive for most people that are driving around doing what they need to do day to day. So there's a couple of things with carbon tax. Number one, carbon tax is supposed to be rebated back to the people that are lower income Canadians. Low income Canadians famously don't file their income taxes. They're busy doing their thing. They're busy living their life. They don't have time to file their income taxes. They also can't afford to file their income taxes to get all the benefits that the government has said that they're entitled to. So if you're a low income Canadian and you haven't filed your taxes yet, please go do it, because you will be getting government benefits. You'll get GST, you'll get all kinds of things back. Now, talking about GST, they say there's no such thing, you're not allowed to do double taxation. In Canada, the GST is charged on top of the carbon tax. So you have your price, you have carbon tax, and then you get GST charged on top of both prices together. So you're actually paying a tax on top of the tax. That is recessive in itself. So when you're looking at everything we're doing, and let's just say you drive a Honda Civic. Your Honda Civic costs you $40 to fill up, and then it costs you $60 to fill up every single week. It goes up by $20 for the week. Well, that $20 adds up to $80 a month, which then adds up to $700 to $1,000 a year. That's out of your pocketbook. That's now going to other sources that you don't have to pay that. Now, not only just your pocketbook for fuel. If anybody's been to the grocery store lately, you're noticing the price of produce is going through the roof. Well, we run a lot of our food through greenhouses. We have to use fossil fuels to heat the greenhouses. There's carbon tax on the fossil fuels. The producers of the goods don't absorb the cost. It's all passed down to the end user. So by our government and by people saying the carbon tax is going to reduce our carbon footprint is nonsense. All it's doing is making us have less money in our pocket, which could curb behavior, but the reality is we are completely dependent on our vehicles, and we have no alternative sources of transportation. We have no alternative sources of fueling our cars. We are stuck. So we can't even change our behavior. So the notion that having a tax is going to curb our behavior is ridiculous. And BC is a perfect example. We got a carbon tax for 10 years. Our actual carbon footprint has gone up. But the reality is the population of BC has gone up. The more people we have, the more carbon that's produced. It's amazing. I don't know what it is. The solution is not a tax. The solution is to get together as a country and try and figure it out, but also to nurture the new technologies. Nurture the new technologies, but don't hammer the people that are just trying to live their life and go on a day-to-day basis and going to fill up their car and go to work every day, because all you're doing is taking money out of their pocket to go to work every single day. So put the money back into people's pockets. They will spend it. This has been your Tax Talk. Lyle MacDougall, Certified Financial Planner.